Are you thinking about retiring in Winston-Salem and wondering where you should move? Well, after living here for about 16 years now and helping hundreds of families move here, I'm going to cover the top 6 best places to retire in Winston-Salem and the surrounding area based on my personal experience and as well as what a lot of my clients who have moved here have said. Each one of these has its own unique lifestyle. So no matter who you are or where you're from, one of these might just work for you. Let me start off with most people's first choice when they're retiring to the Winston-Salem area, Clemmons. Clemmons is about a 10 to 15 minute drive from downtown Winston-Salem. You get this perfect balance, close enough to hit the city whenever you want, but you've got this small town American feel. And that's what most people crave when they're thinking about retirement. Here's what I love about Clemmons. It's got its own little town center. Feels like something straight out of a movie. Charming boutiques, local cafes, and yeah, there's one of the best ice cream shops in our entire city right there. So you can park and walk pretty much to most things. You don't have to hunt for parking, no hiking forever to get where you're going. You're just steps away from pretty much everywhere you want to be. What would I do if this were my home? I'd be at Tanglewood Park constantly. This place is huge, over 1,100 acres, one of the biggest parks in our region. You want golf? Well, they've got 2 fantastic courses. Swimming, there's an aqua center. Got a dog or you're thinking about getting one? There's probably the best dog park in our area. And you got trails for walking and biking, horse stables, tons of green spaces to enjoy. You can even rent out some spaces for large parties. I always tell my clients, Clemmons is perfect for people who either have kids or what I call kids on leashes. Grandkids visiting or pets at home. This is probably the friendliest, easiest life you'll find. Between the dog parks and the walkable restaurants and shops, it's quaint, relaxed, makes retirement feel the way it should. Now, the numbers, because I know that matters. Right now, the median home price in Clemmons is around $370,000. But the housing's a nice mix. You got cottages, lots of ranch-style homes, newer subdivisions, some charming older subdivisions. You got cozy, got it. Looking for more space for the family visits? Covered. And if you're wondering about golf communities, I'll tell you about a spot in a few minutes that's built entirely around a 36-hole championship golf. Back to Clemmons. What makes Clemmons special is you don't have to drive to Winston-Salem for everything. Most people living here probably don't go to downtown very often because they've got restaurants, shops, groceries right here. Convenient, charming, and pretty affordable compared to most of the other areas we're covering. And at the end of the day, if you're looking for a place where you can enjoy simple things, take morning walks, grab coffee at a local cafe, feel a part of a community, Clemmons is hard to beat. If you want these community amenities cranked up to the next level, well, that brings me to my next spot. Clemmons is 2 small town vibes. Brookberry Farm is one-stop shop for every single stage of life. Winston-Salem's largest planned unit development, or neighborhood, built for everyone, young professionals, families, empty nesters, and retirees. Brookberry Farm sits on the west side of Winston, just north of Lewisville, and about 20 minutes from downtown by car. It feels more suburban than Clemmons, yet you don't lose convenience, as there's a Publix grocery store, boutiques, restaurants, like right on the edge of it. Most residents rarely make the 18-minute drive to downtown, to be honest. Here's the deal. The place was designed for community. Resort-style amenities you'd see at these luxury vacation spots. Private clubhouse, a pool for hot summer days, fitness center, lake house for fishing, historic barn for events, amphitheater, tennis courts, lots of lawns and parks, and nature trails throughout. Want to stay active and engaged? This is it. There's organized activities, social events all year. Easy to meet neighbors and build friendships. And that's huge when you're retiring. maybe moving somewhere new and you don't know anyone yet. Now here's where it gets interesting. One thing that makes Brookberry Farm stand out for retirees is the housing variety. So you got the estates for larger home sites. If you want to build custom cottages or these single level, low maintenance homes, perfect for downsizing while keeping space, cool community fireplaces. The village is cluster homes designed for easy living with great Charleston architecture. And Walnut Park, it's a one-level cluster homes and townhomes, and they were literally designed for empty nesters and young retirees who just want to lock and leave. So what's lock and leave? Yeah, I mean, it just means you can travel, visit your grandkids, take that trip you've been dreaming about. Don't worry about maintaining a thing, especially a huge yard or a large house. Everything's handled for you. It's got its own little sub-HOA within the HOA that takes care of everything. So you can just lock your door, leave, come back, and it's exactly how you left it. So the price bracket for new homes here is generally quite high, with many of the recent sales ranging from around $700,000 to $800,000 for a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,500 square feet or so, and $1.1 million and up for the 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, 4,500 and up square feet. So if you're thinking that's a bit much for your budget, well, hang tight, because I'm going to show you a neighborhood in a few minutes where the median prices are actually around $365,000. But for what Brookberry Farm offers, you're paying for a lifestyle, not just a house. If I were in your shoes and wanted a neighborhood where I could meet people easily, stay active, and not drive all over, Brookberry Farm would be on the top of my list. But maybe suburban planned communities, they're not your thing. Maybe you want something with more of an urban edge. Let me tell you about a neighborhood that's completely different from what we've talked about so far. Quick note before we continue. I'm Blake Ginther, and I help people find their ideal fit here in Winston-Salem. I've worked with hundreds of retirees making the move, and I know what lifestyle differences are between all of these spots. If you're enjoying this tour of retirement neighborhoods, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I put out videos like this all the time, just about living in Winston-Salem. And if you need help figuring out how to find the area to match your retirement lifestyle, reach out through my contact information in the description below. Up next is West Salem. Now, this one's different because it's for retirees wanting a more urban lifestyle. West Salem sits on Winston-Salem's western edge, bordering Salem Creek, and is located in the downtown area. Its proximity makes it highly convenient. You can easily walk to downtown, stroll over the historic Old Salem Museum and Gardens, and access the restaurants and bars that have popped up over the last several years. Here's what matters. West Salem is Winston's most up-and-coming neighborhood. Pre-COVID, there wasn't a lot happening here, especially from a nightlife or dining scene, but that's changed big time. You've got an increasing number of popular restaurants and bars and a community vibe that feels vibrant and alive. I'll go over some specifics in another video coming soon. Housing options are diverse, including rich history and turn-of-the-century homes full of character, plus some brand new townhome communities if you prefer a more modern and low-maintenance style. Lots of the older homes are one levels, so they're great for retirees who wouldn't want stairs. And because you're so close to downtown, you've got easy access to everything in Winston-Salem without living right in the thick of it. But West Salem gives you that urban feel without the downtown price tag. If you like walking to dinner, grabbing coffee at a local spot, being part of a neighborhood that's growing and evolving, West Salem's quaint and charming in a different way than Clemmons or Brookberry Farm. It's more urban, more walkable, energy of a place on the rise. So the average listing here would be around $308,000. And you've got that proximity to downtown without that downtown price tag. You're a short drive from major hospitals like Novant Health or Forsyth Medical Center, Atrium Health, Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center, ensuring excellent health care across the neighborhood. Offers walkable distance to downtown, parks, Salem Parkway, multi-use path, which we'll go over in another video coming soon, and a greenway for walking and biking. It's a tight-knit community-focused area. If you're thinking about retirement and wanting to walk to your favorite restaurant, catch live music, Feel connected to the city pulse without living in the middle of it? Well, West Salem might be the move. And speaking of being close to downtown, this next neighborhood takes location to a whole new level. We're talking about Winston's most prestigious address, and that is Buena Vista, Winston-Salem's premier neighborhood. This might be a little surprise for some people, but hear me out. Buena Vista is literally less than 10 minutes from downtown, right next to the Thruway Shopping Center, a couple minutes from Novant Health Medical Center and Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center we just spoke about. It's Winston-Salem's top-tier neighborhood, the one everyone knows about, the one with a reputation, prestigious, beautiful, historic, all of these things. And here's the funny thing about Buena Vista. People struggle with the pronunciation. It's spelled like the Hispanic phrase, but it's pronounced Buena Vista because it's Latin. It's not Spanish. Everyone who's not from here definitely struggles with that. And there are even people who live here that refuse to pronounce it Buena Vista. So why Buena Vista is great for retirees? Well, first, location, proximity. Less than 10 minutes from downtown means access to the cultural attractions, restaurants, shopping, all that Winston-Salem has to offer. Also, it's minutes from the hospitals we just talked about. Second, the neighborhood itself is stunning. Tree-lined streets, historic homes on large lots, some of the most beautiful architecture in the city. Tudor-style homes, Georgian four-square mansions, Italian-inspired estates. It's kind of the place where you drive through and you just appreciate the beauty of it all. Here's what makes it great for retirees specifically. Buena Vista does have a couple of luxurious townhome and cluster home communities built for lock-and-leave living. There's College Village, a small condo community tucked away among the trees, offers nice low-maintenance living, and there's several gated cluster home communities all throughout the neighborhood with decent-sized yards, but HOA maintained properties. You also have a lot of one-level homes in the area with less stairs if that's a concern for you. And you've got options. I mean, the variety here is incredible. You can find something affordable or you can go all in on the luxury estate. It just depends on what you're looking for. But let me finish some numbers on Buena Vista first. The current median home price in Buena Vista is $578,000. The market is pretty competitive. Buyers generally have a little bit more of a chance now than they did a year ago. So if you've been thinking about Buena Vista, well, now might be the time to jump in. If I were retiring and wanted to live in the most well-known, well-respected neighborhood in Winston-Salem, close to everything, with access to top-tier healthcare and cultural amenities, Buena Vista would be at the top of my list. It is considered by many and most to be the premier neighborhood for a reason. Buena Vista's got that prestige factor, but what if you want something even quieter, even more small town feel? Well, that's our next spot, and that's Lewisville. This one's for the retirees who want the quaintest, most small town experience possible. It's about 20 minutes west of Winston-Salem, and this is the kind of place that demands to stay small and charming. You've got regulations in place that prevents big box retailers from moving in. That means small town centers stay walkable and local and quaint. And here's what I love about Lewisville. It has the historic downtown along Shallowford Square. It's an iconic amphitheater, local restaurants, some of the best coffee shops in town, a little brewery and wineries, the kind of place where you can stroll down the street, grab a coffee, sit outside, and just watch the world go by. And if that's the retirement dream right there, I don't know what else is. Lewisville also has two main parks, Jack Warren Park and Joni Moser Memorial Park. There's walking trails, sporting courts, and picnic areas. And the town hosts a lot of outdoor movies, concerts, festivals throughout the year, 4th of July being the most popular. It's a tight-knit community where people know their neighbors, and that might be the sense of community that you're wanting. As for housing, the median home price right now is $365,000, up almost 11% from the year prior. What that tells me is Lewisville is holding its value. People want to live here, and they're willing to pay for it. They love that small town feel, as well as the proximity to Winston-Salem without being in the thick of it. If I were someone who values small town atmosphere, local businesses, Community that feels like it's straight out of a Norman Rockwell painting. Lewisville might be the perfect fit. Before we wrap up, there's one more option I need to tell you about. And this one's a very specific type for retiring. Finally, Bermuda Run and Advance. These two are technically outside of Forsyth County, located in Davie County, but they're less than 20 minutes from downtown Winston-Salem and literally one exit past Clemmons. Bermuda Run is known for one thing: golf. This is a gated country club community with 36 holes of golf at the Bermuda Run Country Club. Plus, the Arnold Palmer designed Oak Valley Golf Course is literally located 2 minutes away. So if you love golf, well, this might be your spot. It's not only about golf, because Bermuda Run has a variety of housing options. So you got single family homes, townhomes, condos, something for every budget and lifestyle. The community is gated with professional security services, which gives you that added sense of security and privacy. And because it's a bit further out, you're getting more space, more quiet, and perhaps more of that country feel. Advance, on the other hand, is a little more laid back and rural. It's unincorporated, so it doesn't have the same level of development as Bermuda Run, but it's got charm, and you're near the Yadkin River with opportunities for fishing and hiking. People love it here because of the access to outdoor activities, fishing, and exploring all the natural areas. Let me break down the numbers. In Bermuda Run, the median home price is $425,000. In Advance, it's $725,000. So if I were someone who wanted to feel like I'm living in the country, but still be less than 20 minutes from downtown, and I wanted to golf as much as humanly possible, Bermuda Run and Advance would be impossible to beat. These are, in my opinion, the 6 best places to retire in Winston-Salem. At the end of the day, each of these neighborhoods has something unique to offer. The right choice comes down to specific retirement goals, your budget, and what kind of lifestyle you're seeking. If you're thinking about retiring in Winston-Salem and you want help figuring out which one of these areas is the best fit for you, I'd love to chat. You can reach out to me through the contact information in the description below. We've helped hundreds of retirees find their perfect home here. We'll have your back every step of the way. But if you need help deciding if Winston-Salem is the right place to retire in, you can check out this video I made talking about the reasons not to retire here, just so you can get a more balanced viewpoint of things. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.